What'd you see? There's been quite a few decent posts out there with AOC involved in them. Liz Cheney said, "Please, at AOC, do us all a favor and spend just a few minutes learning some actual history. 6 million Jews were exterminated in the Holocaust. You demean their memory and disgrace yourself with comments." And she said, "Hey, Rep Cheney, since you're so eager to educate me, quote unquote, I'm curious, what do you call building a mass camps of people being detained without a trial? How would you dress up DHS's mass separation of thousands of children at the border from their parents?"
So what is her answer to do with these people that are breaking the law?
Well, apparently it's okay to break the law, and again, we need to find those safe haven zones that are willing to take all these people, and we'll just drop them off there. You want to be a safe zone? You want to be a safe haven zone where these people can be free? Cool. They're coming to your city.
Yeah, you're a sanctuary city. We're bringing them to you.
And we're coming to your city.
You're damn right they're coming to your city. I mean, god dang. Where else are you going to put them? That's why we're hanging on to them.
The funny thing is when they do that and they try to load planes and take sanctuary cities, the sanctuary cities have a problem with it. What? I got some questions.
Well, wait, that's not the way this is supposed to go.
Yeah, I got questions.
I mean,
come on.
Yes, we're a sanctuary city, but that's for those who come here on their own. Okay. I got you. Hypocrite.
Now it's becoming perfectly clear.
Yeah. Recent tweet from AOC. If a Schedule 1 drug shows promise in treating PTSD, severe depression, opioid addiction, then perhaps it's not the drug that is morally wrong, but the law, the schedule, the statute. It's time to end the war on drugs. Now, AOC, that's a snooker in its own thing. I get it. And what she's probably talking about is more of the mushroom thing.
I think she's probably talking about weed.
Well, and weed too. This is so sad. I agree with AOC.
I was going to say that is probably one of the only tweets that will ever be in existence from her that I'm going, okay, yeah, I can get down with that.
Yeah.
So anybody that says that we just rail on AOC all the time, you're wrong.
No, we
support her in that. We support her in that whole ordeal.
That'll be the only one. Yeah. That's for sure. Hey, listen, all you people out there, if you guys have any ideas, those of you who like to get high, so many ways to get high. If you like to get high and you got that special food you want to eat, send us an email, tiddyandShinerShow@gmail.com. Let us know what your dish is that you like. We like to have good ideas on things. And, here in the future, I think we're going to do a home edition of the 420 Eats, and that'll be kind of fun. So I'd like to be able to at least represent some of the audience and what your choices are for your go-to food when you get to Elevated. See what I mean?
Over the next couple of weeks, man, anybody that either emails us on one of the platforms, anything like that, and gives us the lowdown on what they like to make at their house when they get a little bit medicated or either maybe a whole lot medicated, send us what you do, what you do, what the ingredients are, how you put it together. Like, definitely like to pick one or two of them when we do the home edition. And the home edition, as far as we're in the spitballing phase of that right now, and you guys apologize to everybody right now. We were supposed to record the new episode of 420 Eats
Friday night,
2 weekends ago.
Yep.
And it got canned and it got postponed. And we were supposed to record last weekend for a backup. That also got postponed. You guys are going to have to wait a couple more weeks probably till we get a new episode up, but it is coming at you. We're not giving up. We got plenty of places that want us to come film. We're going to make that happen. We are in the spitballing phase of this home edition, and I'm telling you right now, just in the spitballing phase, this could be an epic episode of 420 Eats if we pull this off.
Faux show.
Like I don't even want to tease it because it could be so epic. I mean, nobody's going to see it coming. I mean, it's going to be pretty dope when we do it.
Yeah, and the funny part is if it happens with me and Shiner, because both of us like to get together and form a little culinary chaos with ourselves and the food. One of us is going to be
that stutter in there.
Yeah. One of us is going to be high and the other is not. So we'll see how that dichotomy goes.
Are we going to flip a coin to see who's high?
No, you get it because I can't.
Oh, that's right. God, I keep forgetting that.
Yep. Me. Dude, it's just my life. I'm the designated driver.
You do pull that card a lot.
Yeah, I don't drink. I mean, I do drink and I like to drink, don't get me wrong, but every time I drink, one of the medicines I take, the alcohol hits the receptors that this medicine has to hit, and then it takes me 3 days to get titrated back on this medicine again. And so for 3 days, I'm miserable.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Because I chose to drink. So it's got to be really worth it.
You say that as much as I love Fireball, and we all know, if you run around with me, you know that I love Fireball.
Right.
But if I take a night and get tore up on Fireball, it takes me about a day and a half for my breathing to get back to the baseline.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it really, it's a hard recovery, man.
I'm absolutely sure. Hey, I got a question for you.
Okay.
False advertising on dating apps. What's your take on that?
If you want me to get on a soapbox, man, you just put the right topics. Donnie, hey, there's the bird for you, buddy. I know why I put this on your outline.
Yeah, and just Donnie, just stay off the F button on this one because whenever he gets on a soapbox, he might break.
Well, here's what people need to realize. Like, I forget when I run around with Donnie. Anything that I say is fair game for him to put on this outline. So him and I kind of went on a tangent the other day. Okay, on a dating app, let me give you a little bit of advice. You're not fooling anybody with the Snapchat filters, okay? Like, stop posting pictures of you with Snapchat filters on them. And here's another thing I'll cut you in on. If every one of your pictures, you've taken a selfie and your arm is above parallel to the ground, there's a reason for that. And if you don't think that dudes know that pictures are shot really high enough because you're hiding something, you got another thing coming.
Hiding that fat ass chin of yours.
Yeah, I mean, there is nothing worse in the world. And it hasn't happened to me very many times, but I will admit it's happened a time or two. You meet somebody for a blind date from a dating app, and they show up, and they look nothing like the pictures you've seen. So I'm telling you right now, this false advertising thing that you girls are pulling, that's total bullshit. I'll tell you right now, nothing will make me more mad than meeting a person. Just be yourself. Jesus fucking Christ. It's not that hard.
I got a story for you. You weren't there either. Shandy and I Shandy and I and my brother were at the Shrine. We went to watch a band called Indigenous, and my brother's friend showed up with him, and he had a date, but it was a blind date from a chick that he met on, it's not Tinder.
POF?
No, it's one of the newer ones.
Bumble?
Yeah, that's it. Anyways, same thing. You know, the pictures, and she went, after he went berserk, he showed me the pictures on there, and it looked nothing like her. This chick showed up. I am not kidding you. She can grow more hair on her top lip and chin than I can. Now, granted, she's
got that going for her, a career in the circus.
Yeah, she shaved. I mean, you could tell she was shaved. But you could tell she grows some friggin' facial hair like nobody's business. And she's about a foot shorter than what she appears. And she's probably 50 pounds heavier than what she appeared in the pictures.
The mental image I have right now is awesome.
She was like a little Oompa Loompa, man. Like 4
She's
foot.
a little.
Yeah, she was like 4'9". Little short
like a little
thing.
Bearded midget, like, or little person.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. Her hair was all wiry, like dark wiry. You could tell there's no softness to it. I mean, it's like, honestly, you could turned her over and used her as a freaking scrub brush.
She took her pictures on whatever profile that your brother saw her on. She doctored them up. Now, somewhere in her mind, she had to know eventually the jig going to be up.
Well, she came and met my brother's friend, And she come up and introduced herself, and he just laughed. And he was like, no, seriously, I'm waiting on this girl here. And she was like, no, that's me. And he said, pulled up his app and looked at the pictures and showed them to Davis. Does this look like her? And he looked at him, showed them to me. Does this look like her? No, she might be your ugly sister. It's a true story, straight out of my mouth. He said, no, I don't even think they're related. And he looked at her and he said, get lost. Well, what do you mean? You're false advertising. Get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Get lost. And she started crying. He said, oh, you're not going to play on my feelings. I don't give a shit.
Let me see how many fucks I got in my pocket. Oh, none.
Zero. But I just paid to Uber over here. Well, then Uber back. Walk.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. Total false advertisement. And I was just like, he's got every right to do that. At first I thought it was kind of mean. But no, he's got every right to do that. She totally misrepresented herself.
If you present yourself to be something you're not, and then you meet somebody, you should be willing to accept whatever consequences you're just.
You damn right.
In your life.
You damn right.
Like, don't show up to meet me and look completely different. I don't have a lot of couth about me, like I'm probably going to tell you about it.
What's up with these Instagram models?
Man, here's the deal with this. I mean, Instagram has definitely facilitated a lot of amateur girls deciding their models.
Right.
And I'm the first. I mean, I learned a while back, everybody has a beauty that somebody else can appreciate. I'm cool with that. Like, my wheelhouse isn't your wheelhouse. And I respect that.
Yeah, you and I are alike in so many ways, but when it comes to chicks, I appreciate your chicks and your choices, and you appreciate my chicks and my choices, but our wheelhouses are completely different. You know, we like the boats, we just drive different boats.
Yeah, our wheelhouses may not even be on the same block, but I respect it. Like,
right.
It's your deal. But we're going to go back to the Instagram or the Snapchat and Instagram filters. There's a lot of chicks decide that they're models. I see a lot of girls on Instagram that try to friend me. I read through their bios and it's like, I'm a promo. Honey, you're 5'6" and weigh 103 pounds, and you have no muscle tone at all to your body, built like a 10-year-old boy. You're not a promo model. You shouldn't put that in your bio.
Of course, you're like, come back to me when you got size D fake tits.
Get some silicone in your body. We'll talk.
Right.
Because you can go to the gym and get silicone. I mean, but I don't get. There's a lot. I mean, Instagram definitely expanded the world of modeling, and I mean, you're not on there a lot. You're on the gram every now and then. How do you feel about this whole model movement that's on Instagram? It has been for a couple of years.
Well, I think it's absolutely stupid. You know, you're again, it's almost like misrepresenting because you're not kind of really who you are. You know, you're putting these pictures out that are filtered out. You know, and granted, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, Shiner throws pictures up every once in a while that has different filters, but we're not talking about facial filters that fix every blemish on your face and smooths all the wrinkles out. You know, Shiner digs the wrinkles. As a matter of fact, his filters more accentuate the wrinkles.
Well, it's funny you brought that up because someone asked me about that in a message the other day. That was kind of like 2018 for me. I was really doing the HDR filters. I was bringing a lot of crazy tones to pictures. This year, I've kind of softened things up, and I kind of have a little bit of a retro feel to a lot of things I've been posting lately, with the exception of promo pictures for the Tiddy and Shiner show for the podcast.
Right.
I still will use some of those HDR filters sometimes because it just creates cool shadows. Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of accentuate some of the imperfections because, I mean, we're kind of some goofy looking dudes. I don't know why we try to do anything but accentuate the goofy parts about ourselves.
Yeah, you know, and nobody hit it better than the caricature artist that drew our pictures. He hit me 100%, knocked it out of the freaking park when it came to my caricature.
There's that we have, and it's actually showed up on social media platforms a couple times. That caricature of you is probably one of the best ones I have ever seen.
And the same guy who drew